associates who really had great insights on running an online business when you were so used to doing things offline. I'm sure it was so challenging, especially for those of you who were technology challenged. I admit, a little me sometimes, yes. So our guests for this webcast belongs to Gen Y, Gen Z, and they have a lot to talk about in terms of how they cope. In short, how they defy the odds. They're a great bunch of associates. Executive Goal Director Carol Falabi, Ruby Directors Dennis Alutaya, Ian De La Cruz, Mona Ampong, Mark Cutamora, and Dre Javier. Listen, you'll pick up so much from these young people. They're with Senior Sales Manager Joyce Ramalhosa in a segment we will call Business in the New Norm.
Hello, USANA family, the whole world. 2020 was indeed a challenging year for all of us, and yet we all thrive because we are in the health and wellness industry. Akala ng iba, no, 2021, this is it, eto na to, pwede nang lumabas, pwede na mag face-to-face presentation, pwede na tayo mag-gather sa events, pwede na mag-travel, mag-centering. Well, FYI, fake news lahat, no? Kasi as of now, hindi pa natin yun pwedeng gawin. But let me borrow Stephen Covey's words, no? We are not products of our circumstances, but we are products of our decisions. With all of these challenges, there are still people who have thrived and are thriving in this new normal that we call. And so tonight, we have invited these young entrepreneurs to really show us how they defy the odds and decided to work for success even if the odds are not on their side. So let's meet our guests, shall we? And to start, let's have our Ruby Director, Mona Ampong from Samar. Hi, Mona.
So good evening, everyone. I'm Pong. I started part-time when I was 28 while working as a firefighter under Bureau of Fire Protection. I came across with USANA just to support a friend. And who would have thought that decision has rewarded me in supporting all my needs since then. I'll be turning 5 years na in this business, and masasabi ko lang talaga, USANA could be a way of life if we choose to.
So thank you, Pong, and I'll talk to you later. Now let's move on to our next panelist. We have Dennis Alutaya, our Ruby Director.
Hello, USANA. Good evening. Bago ako mag-start sa USANA, ang nag-introduce sa akin ng business na to, or opportunity na to, yung best friend ko. Napresenta niya ako, and then kinabukasan nag-resign ako. 5 years na ako sa USANA, buti na lang napili ko tong opportunity kasi kung hindi, kawawa na dun pa rin ako sa duty free.
So thank you, Dennis. Let's now call our new Ruby Director from Mindanao, from Davao. Let's call on Mark Anthony Cutamora. Hi, Mark.
Good evening, USANA Philippines. I'm 5 years in USANA. So before USANA, I'm a CPA by profession. I'm a tax consultant. I did USANA part-time for 2 years, and then I decided to give up my career to do USANA independent distributorship full-time because I can really see my future in USANA. I'm already 3 years working it full-time, and everything is good so far.
Very good, no? If everything is good. Okay, gusto natin yung mga good news na yan. And then, let's call on our next panelist. Let's have a lady with us, no? No other than Executive Goal Director, Carol Falabi.
Good evening, everyone. Losing both parents at a young age of 22, I was open in this e-commerce industry. And by the way, this is my first ever business because I realized that this is really something to thrive, especially now in the new normal. Gusto ko talagang mag-abroad. Before, that was my dream, but I realized na di na ako need magtrabaho sa abroad because I have my home office here, but I can go travel everywhere. So right now, I'm 7 years in USANA. A registered nurse by profession, pero ngayon full-time in the business, and I'm happy to be health coaching a lot of individuals all over the world.
Thank you, Carol. And now let's call on our Ruby Director, From Metro Manila, we have Ian Kevin de la Cruz. Hi, Ian. Good evening.
Good evening, USANA Philippines. My name is Ian Kevin de la Cruz. I graduated in De La Salle University, Manila 4 years ago. I practiced my profession for 2 years as a licensed civil engineer, and then I was invited in this industry called network marketing. At first, I was kind of skeptic about this, but then when I checked it out, when I tried it out, it was really amazing. So I'm very proud, very blessed to be doing this USANA business for 2 years already.
Okay, we're also very proud to have you here, Ian, and to all the young bloods in our business. And last but not the least, let me call on our new Ruby director from Cavite. We have Dre Javier. Hi, Dre.
Hello, USANA family. First of all, I'd like to say hi to everybody who are watching us right now. I was a former human resource business partner and head of corporate events and communication for a leading BPO company for 5 years before I joined the business. When this was presented to me, I was so negative. But looking back, I realized I was meant to be part of USANA. And I'm just grateful that I have found my purpose here. I'm so thankful to God for this wonderful opportunity and looking forward for more amazing year.
Amazing indeed, Dre. No? So now you're very positive sa business. Now that you have met all our guests this evening, no, let us try to shed some light into some business challenges, if there are any. What are the challenges that you are now facing? Kung wala naman, how did the online shift benefited your business and personal growth?
Now, people are more adjusted to this online system. Digital platform as a way of making a living. It's actually proven na, right? It's really working. Mas nag-create ngayon ng equal field. You can expand anywhere, anytime. Mas nakita ko din na it really breaks the barrier when it comes to market reach.
Do you agree or disagree, Ian, Kevin? No? A lot of people right now also misses yung feeling na yung kausap ko, mas madali siyang mawala kapag ka-online. Is it true for you or do you also have a lot of benefits in online business?
Yes, medyo nakakamiss talaga yung nakakausap natin yung mga tao in person. Challenge naman na na-experience ko. Meron naman po, nagsasalita na ako, naka-mute pala ako, naka-off pala yung camera ko. It took a lot of practice para masanay po tayo dyan, no? Pero shifting sa online also benefited me. Tayo po ng mga nasa USANA ngayon, we want to help as many Filipinos as we want. So being able to adapt to this online setup, marami po tayong natutulungan mga Pilipino. Dati, sa malapit lang na mga lugar. Ngayon, we can actually help Filipinos outside of the country. We actually have associates in Canada, Singapore, sa mga probinsya na po. Marami rin pong benefisyong nakukuha yung mga ating associates when we actually shifted to the online setup.
My question to Carol, nag-iba ba yung way you do your business or nag-iba lang yung medium?
We were able just to stretch different options. Even before, di ba, I always say that USANA is an online, offline industry that we can actually expand to different people. May mga challenges lang that is beyond our control. For example, yung even if you have provided, di ba, the Wi-Fi, LTE, tapos biglang walang signal, walang kuryente, those are the things na kailangan kong i-adjust. But there are still a lot of options to maximize. May extra effort lang. Kasi iba yung kausap mo na face-to-face, and then ngayon, kahit magkausap lang tayo, there is still a little of stretch for you, especially for your teammates, para maramdaman pa rin nila na andyan ka pa rin, even in the comforts of your laptop or gadget.
My next question goes to Mark. Now, you've recently ranked advanced to Ruby. Can you compare the time when you ran for Gold or Executive Gold versus the time that you ran for Ruby? What can you say about that?
For me, mas madali yung nag-run ako ng Executive Gold kasi I'm more physical. I really miss the energy, the excitement, and you can really talk and connect to the people like physical attributes of closing the sales. Way back 2019 where I ran my Executive Gold, we do our trainings in function rooms, in offices, or in big gym. The excitement is very contagious and everybody is so motivated, inspired, and everybody are moving. The challenges when I ran for Ruby Directorship, which is this 2021, is building of connections to my prospects and to my team members and my leaders. There is also advantages because we were able to expand our market reach. So we have new international market, but I'm more into energy kasi. So I miss those things.
Next question is for Dennis. So Dennis, so since sinabi ni Mark na talagang iba yung feels ng face-to-face, iba yung feels ng nagkikita-kita, how do you feel that gap
parehas din kami. Pag minimit ko talaga yung person that time back, sobrang taas ng energy ko. Ngayon sabi ko, paano ko kaya iti-twist papuntang online yung energy ko? Via online o Zoom, talagang kinakausap ko one-on-one yung mga leaders ko. Kumusta? And then coffee, and then kung minsan, minimit ko sila in person. Pero mas madami yung online kasi mas marami ako sa US ng mga associate. Sobrang ganda talaga ng online sa ngayon.
I'd like to ask Jay, team bahay or team office? What side are you in and why?
For me, admittedly, as of the moment, team bahay tayo. Big advantage for me personally is no traffic. And we can be more productive, having more time doing the business online. But if later on we'll be given the chance to gather again in the office, I would love to feel the energy. Alam mo yung live na live tayo sa big room. So nakakamiss din. So for now, team bahay tayo.
This next question goes to all of you. What innovations have you done so that you can adapt to the new normal?
We were able to connect to other teams, and sometimes in their training, we are able to sit in. That adds up to new inputs and skills to our organization. With our team levels, we conduct this mini party. So just to connect everybody through online, we do production online and offline if possible. And I also make time to build connections and relationship offline if it's possible to the place.
We've created what we call an online worksheet monitoring. For example, since meron tayong mga associate abroad, they can just update kung natapos na nila yung certain task. Then we have what we call book reading session for personal development. Dito ako mas natutong magbasa ng libro. At the same time, nagkaroon din kami ng productivity time. Tawag namin doon is 8 a.m. club. We have what we call then yung round table na mentoring session. Lahat para maghahawak ng phone din. Meron tatawagin na downline, ganun, and iikot yun. So in just one setting, madami silang makakausap na mga coaches or mentors.
We utilize and maximize yung Zoom application. We don't just use it for meetings. Sometimes kapag may mga events, pare-parehas kami ng Zoom backgrounds, pare-parehas kami ng suot. Diba? Yung iba nag-dress up pa, yung iba nagme-makeup, ganyan. Interactive talaga siya. Meron kaming anniversary sa team. So lahat po kami doon. Meron mga nagpe-prayer, kumakanta rin sila para at least maramdaman pa rin po ng mga tao, ng mga associates, business partners na nag-adapt tayo to the new normal pero parang exciting pa rin pala. Sometimes also we use the Zoom application or yung mga ginagamit nating mga applications to watch live conventions. Sabay-sabay po kami nanonood yan. May mga book reading sessions din po kami. It took a while but then slowly but surely naman lahat tayo nakakapag-catch up na.
Biruin mo yung that time nung nagsisimula ako nung back 2016-17, yung mga nakakausap namin na mga leader like kung sino may mga top income earner, that time hindi namin siya nakakausap one-on-one or sa training. Pero ngayon, sobrang dali na lang kasi pwedeng isang chat lang ng mga mentor and then another leaders na naman. At time, yung mga YouTube natin, ilan lang. Pero ngayon, ang dami na. Kung halimbawa, yung mga top income earners sa labas, napapanood mo na sila. Mga apps. Ngayon, hindi lang pala Messenger, Viber, may Telegram pala na kahit 200,000 na mga associates, pwede pala doon. Then the hub, yung auto-order, sobrang dali. Ang pinakamaganda po talaga is yung sa hub ng USANA. Nag-upgrade sila, USANA Corporate. Kumbaga, all around, pwedeng ma-offline, pwedeng mag-online. Ang bilis mag-twist kaagad nung corporate. Sobrang na-amaze po talaga ako sa USANA.
We wanted it to be really fun, easily adaptable, pero simplified. And di ba, we don't want to complicate a lot of things kasi malalayo na nga tayo sa isa't isa. We made this very simplified, automated system on trainings na plug and play na lang. First is level up trainings outside. Second, USANA events that are actually there. And third, and yung mga already existent na mga innovations, we just maximize it and simplify it.
We made ourselves more available and flexible with regards to time, but most importantly, we recalibrated really our mindset and our steps, our systems, and at the same time, make sure that everyone will plug in to every corporate events or anything that will add value to all our associates.
Di yun natatapos doon. Now, we always think of ways on how to spice things up. Like right now, let's play a game. I will be sharing some words that might strike something or an experience or a funny moment in your new normal life. Okay, so all you need to do is to click heart so that we know sino yung sasagot. So I have here 6 words with me. Tell us a funny moment or a trivia when you hear the word mute. Go. Okay, Pong.
After the presentation, so closing part na, hindi ako yung CEO. So parang na-mute kami. Nangyari doon, naka-sign language lang kami doon. So hindi namin ma-mute yung sarili namin. And then yung CEO was not available for 1 to 2 minutes na naggaganon kami. And yung funny thing kasi, parang referral lang siya ng downline ko. Wala kaming connection sa messenger. Hindi ko alam kung paano siya tatawagin. Diba? So yun.
Kapwa ko, mahal ko.
Yeah, parang yun.
Di ba pa sign language? Thank you, Pong. Yan, ha. Dapat very conscious tayo kung sino yung host, yung co-host, and kailangan wag natin i-mute yung mga kasama natin sa team. Our next word, what comes into mind when you hear the word work from home? So, Dennis, yes.
Sobrang saya kasi ang dali na lang eh. Kumbaga, wow, sana ganito na lang lahat. Sabi ko, sana hanggang dulo, ganito na lang. Kasi sobrang nakasave ka ng energy, money, effort, pagising mo. Di ba? Parang, oh my God, diligo ka lang ng saglit, ayan na sa mesa. Hindi ka tulad nung that time, nung tipong kung ang guest mo nasa Bulacan, pupuntahan mo kung Paranaque ka, di ba? Pero ngayon, sobrang dali na lang talaga.
Pasok na pasok yung sagot mo. Now, let's hear someone kapag ka narinig niya ang word na rejection. Okay, Kevin, online na rin ba ang rejection?
There was this time na pa-closing na ako dun sa guest namin and hindi ko pala na-meet yung sarili ko. So parang nabanggit ko na mukhang hindi to mag-pursue, mukhang rejected na to. So naunahan ko tuloy yung guest. It's very funny kasi hindi dapat niya malaman yun. Dapat sa sarili ko lang yun. Pero narinig niya. Nireject na po niya talaga ako. Kasi sabi niya, sinabi mo na nga na rejection. Sige, reject na ako.
Thinking out loud. Okay.
Naunahan na tuloy talaga.
So, lesson learned, mag-mute. Let's move on to the word virtual. Yes, Mark.
When we are conducting our health and freedom orientations, sometimes the prospects or the guests, nakikita natin yung kanilang mga positioning sa kanilang camera. Yung iba nakahiga, yung iba tulog na. Funny thing, there are sometimes, especially way back 2020, they are new to Zoom. So siguro hindi nila alam yung mute and video. So sometimes meron kaming naririnig na nag-uusap na couple, di ba? So naririnig namin yung pinag-uusapan nila. Sometimes naman, there are prospects na ma-attend sa mass presentation and then naliligo sila, nasa loob sila ng CR. So something na virtual world na nakakatuwa talaga siya.
Last two. Now let's hear it when you say the word Wi-Fi. What comes into mind? Go. Go, Dre.
Pag alam mo yung prospect mo may Wi-Fi, parang ang sarap makipag-usap. But pag ikaw naman ang nawala ng Wi-Fi, parang nakakataranta din, no? Yung parang di mo alam yung gagawin mo, paano mo makakausapin to? And you find ways really to communicate and contact that person. So, I hope and pray that magkaroon tayo ng mas malakas na Wi-Fi siguro sa Pilipinas, di ba?
Yes, kapit kamay lang, no? Talagang pagdasal natin yung Wi-Fi, isa na yan sa mga hierarchy of needs. So, thank you, Jane. And I guess na isa na lang hindi pa sumasagot. What comes into mind, Carol, when you hear the word battery?
One thing I learned about thriving in the new normal is that kind of energy na never ending. The fact that everything is now just within reach, kailangan naka-full bat ka. Or, if parang feeling ko hindi ko kaya mag-full bat ngayon, I have to always bring my power bank. Diba? Sino na ngayon yung umaalis na walang power bank? Diba? Palagi na tayong pasiguro. And I think, in the deeper level of this business naman, I felt na tayo, mga leaders, tayo, mga business associates, we should always keep our power bank. Yung power bank mo, dapat it's something na ikaw talaga yung nag-i-imbibe ng happiness. Yung happiness at yung energy na nafe-feel mo sa isang grupo or sa isang event, yun din yung happiness and energy na dala mo. So I think it's something na we are full bat, and if ever naman hindi tayo full bat, there are still people na pwede tayong maki-charge.
Yeah, so charge lang, no? Walang bayad. But I agree, no, Carol, let's all be power banks to one another. No, not just sa mga teammates, but to all the associates, to all the guests, to all the prospects that needs us. No, in terms of motivation, of opportunities, of something we can offer. So right now, I'd like to say thank you to all our guests. No, let's all give a virtual round of applause. No, narinig na naman yung word na virtual. So thank you, Pong. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dre. Thank you, Carol. And thank you, Ian. Okay, and of course, thank you, Team Bahay. Kasi I know that you are talagang nakarelate, no? Nakarelate at kahit saan ka dyan, Team Bahay, Team Office, no? We are all one Team USANA. So let us all continue to think of ways how we can improve ourselves, our business, and our character. Because really, at the end of the day, it's still your business and you have to do it your way. So thank you to all our guests and continue to defy the odds. Thanks!